It will take some twirling of the medulla to design with the right phrases the strides created by greatly influential men, especially those that keep winning and triumphing in whatever they venture in. Their reflections are better cut out as legacies for a long breed of hopefuls, and then the trait of triumphing and accomplishing would spread through generations. Late Chief Joseph Uchechukwu Igweh, JP, Onwa etiri I of Obodoukwu, Ukwu of Orlu, was born on September 18, 1944 in the commercial city of Agba in Abia State to the family of late Chief and Lolo Hyacinth and Teresa Igweh. Chief Igweh hailed from Obodoukwu community in Idiato North local government area of Imo State. He grew up in his hometown. Bolingo, as fondly called, is intelligent and ambitious.
My name is Dr. Chief Mrs. Becky Igweh, widow of J.U. Igweh, Chairman Managing Director of Bolingo Hotel and Towers, and several other companies. I was married to him for a few years before he died. Unfortunately, that unfortunate incident happened and I became his widow. I was a former Minister of Women Affairs, Minister of State for Women Affairs, and later on Solid Minerals during Obasanjo's first tenure. He was my husband before he passed on. Even though he was my husband, he was my friend, my confidant, my brother. He was everything to me, to be honest. And it is so difficult for me to talk about him in the past. But having said that, I don't have a choice. Ide was a very, very honest man. A man who believed in hard work. A man who set out at everything he did was successful. It wasn't just successful, it was excellent. That was why he earned a lot of friends from all over the world. He had friends in America, in Nigeria, all tribes and ethnic groups. He was a detribalized gentleman, a quintessential husband.
Professed to himself early enough in life that business was the way, started his trade at Eke Obodo Market as a hawker. Though he was born into a family that didn't have the material strength to seeing him through the topmost level of education, his inner spirit wanted a busy career for goods exchange and project executions. He was not deterred by these common fate of his environment, taking it as a challenge. In 1962, at the age of 18, he saw the picture clearly and revealed it precisely to his parents that he is going to become a millionaire in his lifetime. Joe Bolingo left for Western Cameroon, where he premiered with fashion, buying and selling French textile called Tega. He was shuttling between Douala and Onitsha, with every trip bringing him closer to his desired destination. At age 23, he had the dream to own a world-class hotel. After visiting New York, the dream was boosted. He was much more inspired by the hotels he visited. Several years later, Chief Igweh built the popular Bolingo hotels at Onitsha. With the persuasion for proper establishment in motherland, in 1965, Chief Joseph Igweh moved most of his business outfits from Cameroon to relocate in Lagos. The move brought about improvement that included, amongst others, the importation of electronics from Japan. That thriving business was to be interrupted by the Civil War in 1966. Chief Igweh did not allow the pressures of the war to slump his business links. Instead, he took residence in the neighboring Republic of Benin, known at that time as Dahomey. His business extended on to reach countries like Togo and Ivory Coast, now known as Côte d'Ivoire. During the intense period of war, Chief Igweh displayed the compassion needed at that time. By the virtue of his influence in the country he was living in, notable personalities had the opportunity to take temporary refuge. The role was properly commended at the end of the way by the then head of state, General Yakubu Gowon. And for that heartfelt appreciation and recognition, Chief Igweh brought his entire business back to Nigeria. Chief Igweh's prediction stood, bloomed, and prospered to inestimable value. The chairman of one of Nigeria's and Africa's most formidable business empires, the Bolingo Holdings Limited, prized for its invaluable support services in hospitality, manufacturing, construction, and real estate. Feeding the nation is also part of Chief Igweh's important list. That is actually the notion behind the Shamrock fertilizer plant at Sokoto. But then, making people live comfortably while away from their homes was budding in the center of his heart. Between 1962 and 2005, a time span of 43 years, solid and active business world with a wide range of business associates across the globe. 2005 was the eclipse of the mind of friends and family of Bolingo Holdings Limited. Death murdered sleep. That Saturday night, when Bellevue Airline Lagos to Abuja bound flight number 3210 claimed his precious life among 116 other passengers on board at Lisa Ifo, Ogun State. For the 61 years he lived, he was a man of rugged tenacity of purpose. He lived a life of disciplined planning and unwavering commitment to worthy cause. He did not share the vision of what he did not understand. He took himself serious and impressed others with the same earnestness of purpose. It was difficult to take any advantage of him. To him, that was the secret of his success.
His affluence inspired the biography. The giant stride created by Chief Igweh, especially in hospitality, politically, socially, gives a nod of approval that he is a man of foresight and rugged tenacity of purpose.
As a core investor in the private sector, Chief Dr. Joseph Uchechukwu Igweh, late, was the only prophet who had honor in his hometown. Quite early in life, the then military administrator of Imo State, Commander Ndubisi Kanu, had the privilege to commission 3 rural-based industries built by Chief Igweh in one day. The Josen Industries Limited, Julox Paint and Allied Products, the Bolingo Agro Farm Limited, all members of Bolingo Holdings Limited conglomerate. These industrial complexes offered massive employment to over 300 skilled and unskilled Nigerians, resident expatriates inclusive, therefore opening the roads to Obodoukwu town as one of the hotbeds of Orlu Northeast in Imo West Senatorial District. This pace was followed by Bolingo Ranch, hospitality and tourism outreach that played host to eminent Nigerians, presidents, vice presidents, senate presidents, state governors past and present. Chief Dr. J.U. Igweh Bolingo came first and foremost in the St. Mary's Catholic Church Obodoukwu development.
Church Obodoukwu, and there's wherever the foundation, no, here for those of here. So, the Bible is that can equal. I may bob what I like. nke bishọp bịakwara na Abuja anyị mepere kwado ụlọ eziokwu so achọghị m iwe so oge aga m enye this church 1 million naira. Pray back by the grace of God on Tuesday, La Abuja. By Wednesday, okay, with the bank draft, 1 million naira. The same Wednesday, Francis, they will take cash or bank draft. A man here was over 750,000. Aga m eji aka m ahụ ndị Obodoukwu ndị ihe ọma na-adụ between now and end of this month, that 2 million.
As the year rolled, Chief Igweh's relentless march to civilization and boundless philanthropy far and near, honors and awards were bestowed on Chief Joseph Uchechukwu Igweh. In Obodoukwu town, he was conferred the Onwa etiri Ide One of Obodoukwu, meaning light and pillar of this community, on the 16th day of July 1983. Chief Igweh's recognition and conferment of double chieftaincy title is not a misplaced cultural spree. Until his death, he was Ideukwu of Orlu, Ahajejemba of Akokwa, Obugeruzo of Abolo, Osofia of Opowo, Orimiriatata Buruburu Ndibo, to mention but a few. The Bellevue plane crashed into the bowels of the earth at Lisa Village, Ogun State, with 117 passengers in its belly. Onwa etiri Ide One of Obodoukwu inclusive, on that Saturday night, the 22nd day of October 2005.
My husband's death, I don't know how to describe it. It's something that I don't want to remember because of the pain that is still in my heart. We had just come back from holiday and I was in Obodoukwu actually to supervise the new job that was going on in our new house. And in a bank, I heard there was a plane crash. Because I knew he was in Lagos, I suspected he might be there because it was very unusual for him not to call me when he traveled. And when I really put on the television, I saw it on the news, I saw his name as one of the victims in that plane crash. That was the day my world crashed.
Bolingo's last outing at his country hometown was at the opening of Nze Francis Castle, country home of Chief Francis Nzeribe, Chukwudiebere, Ide One of Obodoukwu, a business magnate from Obodoukwu. Highlights of the assembly were the exchange of pleasantries led by Obi Obodoukwu, His Royal Highness Eze Edmond Alisiobi, Dim Abakuribi, Mbachu II, with his council of traditional rulers, and the apex side attraction was live rendition of music by late Osita Stephen Osadebe and the Nigerian Soundmakers Band.
I want to congratulate you and thank you so much for what you have initiated in Obodoukwu to keep history alive. I want to say that you are a replica of your father, whom I knew in our political days in the Congress for National Consensus. And I was wondering if any of his sons would be like him. And today, look at you. You've even gone deeper to search about things that happened in Obodoukwu before you were born. I think we should give you kudos and encourage you. And please do not let the candle go off. continue in this stride, and we'll give you a lot of support so that you can achieve success.